Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Lee and I wanted to share my week with you guys. It has been a bit rough, as you can probably hear from my voice. I'm getting over a cold, so between myself being sick and my son being sick, this week definitely didn't go as planned. But regardless, we still had a good time with what we had. I got these flowers for Valentine's Day and I decided to do a little botanical illustration off the snapdragons that were in the bouquet. I've been really falling in love with botanical drawings recently, and I've been trying to take a stab at it, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I definitely am no artist, but it's been really fun to sit down and just draw and observe what's in front of me. So I've done quite a few of these over the past couple days, a lot of daisies and chamomile and zinnia, trying to draw the flowers that I grow, like this lavender right here. I've also been working through my to-do list slowly but surely. Like I had this hole in a shirt that I've been procrastinating for a long time and I finally got taken care of. And I also had this weird little piece of fabric sticking out from a cardigan. So I just took a needle and stitched it down so that little blip doesn't stick out anymore. I'm also working on some decorations for my son's birthday in March. He's turning 1 and I really wanted to do some homemade decor, so I cut up all these fabric scraps that I had into squares and I'm making these really cute little flags that I want to hang up around the park for his birthday party. I think we're gonna do like a picnic barbecue kind of thing, but I thought this was a cool project to get rid of some scraps and make it a little bit more memorable. I also had a home buyers meeting this week, learning more about what it takes to be a home buyer and the lending process, because we would like to buy a home in the future, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can while I can. The garden is also starting to take off. I came out one day and my rose bush had absolutely exploded with all this new growth, and all the seedlings are popping up like I planted in the last video. So this is cilantro in this bed here, which we love cilantro. And I ordered this cat tent for my kitties to hang out outside with me, but it's a little too small for them. So I think we're gonna have to explore other options for having the cats on the patio without escaping. But yeah, everything is starting to bloom and all my little seedlings are coming up. The calendula flowers are still putting off blooms all the time. And it's been really nice to go out and just see what's happening because it's like every day in the garden, there's something new to observe. And I've been taking my son out as well and trying to show him what's going on, but he's little, so he just wants to pull at the plants and grab handfuls of dirt. Also, that cat tent already has holes in it. Speaking of my son, he was playing with some of my journaling supplies one night. I was mixing things up in my traveler's notebook, trying to figure out new configurations for things, and I ended up not using that plastic sleeve, but I did add this little card folder in to keep all my stickers in one spot because I was kind of getting sick of digging through them through my little pouch in the back. So now things are a little bit more spread out and a little bit more organized, and I just love how big this notebook is looking. And that leaves us with where we're at today. This week has been rough. I have gotten absolutely nothing done on my to-do list, which is really disappointing because I was looking forward to getting a lot of things taken care of around the house and just on my big to-do list, get it checked off. But when you're sick and your baby's sick, sometimes plans change. One thing that did happen is I was supposed to go to a book club last week and they were reading Onyx Storm, the third book in the Fourth Wing series. And I was really excited to go and meet some new people, possibly make some book friends. And I read the entire series this month. So I basically read one book every week. And these are very big books too. But unfortunately my son was sick, so I didn't get to go. But I thought I would share with you guys my thoughts on this and show you the pages that I made for this book series. So Fourth Wing being the first book, I could not put it down. Oh my gosh. As soon as I started reading, I understood what everybody was so hyped about this story. It has everything. It has magic and mystery and a beautiful world and dragons and romance. It was the whole package, and it was so captivating that I just found myself thinking about it all day long. And I did this extra spread. Usually I only do one journal spread, but I loved them so much, and there's such great fan art online that I had to roll it over into more. And then Iron Flame, I haven't written my review down just yet, so no spoilers here, but this one was equally good. A lot of people talk about how annoying it is because there's some like bickering with the characters, and I get it, but I also feel like it was kind of necessary for their growth into like the next phase of the book and their relationships. And then the end has such a dramatic cliffhanger. Oh my gosh. I'm happy I didn't have to wait for Onyx Storm, but now of course I have to wait for the next books in the series. And it seems like every book leaves off on a huge cliffhanger, which I guess is kind of par for the course with these kind of books. But once again, beautiful story. I love the politics in it. I really love when books have a really in-depth like government system. You know, that you're kind of either there's a rebellion or they're overthrowing the government. I just think it's really interesting when there's this like uprising in stories. And then the most recent one, Onyx Storm. This one I feel like almost had a bit slower of a pace than the other ones. A lot of it was spent on this like hunting mission. They were like looking for something. I won't tell you what, but they were going all over the place trying to find these answers and didn't like the answers that they found, and all the repercussions from that. I feel like the very end of the story though, like the big battle, that's where all of the juicy details came from. And of course it left off on another huge cliffhanger. So I did enjoy this one, but I felt like it was a little bit slower in some spots, and I was kind of getting sick of all of the spicy scenes. I hate to say it, but I don't mind a little bit of spice and romance in books. It's kind of everywhere nowadays, but I'm definitely a plot girly through and through. And I actually found myself skipping some chapters that was just spice because I was like, okay, whatever, what happens next, I don't care about the spice. So one thing I will say though, my favorite part about all these books is the commentary from the dragons. The dragons like are mentally connected to their writers so they can speak into each other's minds, you know? And they just have these really funny side comments and side conversations. And it's hilarious to me to imagine like all these people just kind of blanking out for a minute while they mentally talk to their dragons and get like reprimanded or made fun of by these giant lizards. I don't know. It's hilarious. I highlighted in my Kindle a lot of quotes from the dragons. So if you've read this book, tell me which of the dragons is your favorite. Because mine is definitely Tarn. I hope I'm saying that right. The names are really funny. But I love his little snarky remarks. But I am sad that this series is at a close for now until the next book comes out. But I'm happy that I read it. Sad I didn't get to go to the book club and like talk to people about it. So if you want to talk about it in the comments, I would appreciate that. We can be each other's book club. So it has definitely been one of those weeks. I'm happy to say that I think my son is on the up and up. I was really worried there for a bit because this is his first real cold. He's had some things come up, but nothing like congestion or stuffy nose. Like he's never been sick like that. It's just been like diaper rash and like, you know, baby things that clear up really quickly. So it was very stressful for me as a mom to be listening to his little wheeze and worrying about his breathing. And I took him to the doctor. He's okay. He's just really phlegmy. So I think he's on the up and up. He's taking a nap right now, and we've just been having a lot of cuddles, a lot of downtime, which is hard for me because I want to clean and get things done, and living in a messy environment is really hard on my psyche, which is why I try to stay productive and stay on top of this stuff because it makes me happier to be in a clean environment. But when your baby's sick and he won't let you out of his sight or out of your arms, like, you just gotta do what you gotta do. So My fiance has really stepped up after work helping with things, but I'm ready to feel better. I'm ready to have a better week next week, but I'm still grateful that I get to be with my baby while he's sick and take care of him and love on him. I'm grateful that I get to read on the couch while he sleeps in my arms, and every cloud has a silver lining. So stay tuned for next week. I'm gonna try to keep doing these like little mini vlog chatty videos. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your opinions, and I'd love to hear how your week went. But that is all for today. I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.